y'all to run the move. I told you I'm gonna show y'all how to clean your dirty money up your money. Invest into yourself. You heard me? My partner gave me $50.
This is the I'm Kinda Famous podcast. I'm your host, Lester Rowe. New week, new episode every Thursday on the I'm Kinda Famous podcast network. KINDA Famous Pod on Facebook, Twitter. I think that's all the social media right there. aRowe Films, that's my personal website, aRowe Films. That's where you go to look for anything that I'm working on. I got going. I got there from the photography to the merch, as them clean as people collectors. I got some new designs up there, so y'all need to check those out. Get those. Also, make sure while you're on there, go watch Wi-Fi Rock Bottom, the documentary, something about meth, on YouTube, youtube.com/aRowe Films, and make sure you go get the book. The book, that's those two things go together, so make sure you do that as well. If you look in the show notes, something new I got going is the Kinda Famous podcast Dopelist. So I got a bunch of music relevant to the show that hold on, wait a minute. I'm on one side of the mic here. Wait a minute. There we go. Hold on. There we go. Now we balanced out. Gotta do some mixing in real time, apparently. But yeah, go over to the Dopelist on Spotify. We got plenty of music there. I keep adding things relative to the show, and also we got another playlist for the Who Up episodes. Those will be coming out real soon on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe on YouTube, get the Spotify playlist, and just overall iTunes, Stitcher, Google Music, anywhere that you listen to podcasts. I'm Kinda Famous Podcast Network, because we got that. Who Up, Catch These Hands, and whatever new I decide to put on there as well. So this week we're gonna do a little music talk with the Grammys coming up here. I wish I should have put the date on here. 2018 Grammys, and then we're gonna talk a little music. But I got a few guests here, which you probably know if you clicked the thing and you saw the title. You also saw the names of the guests. I got Royce right here in Wichita, Power 93.5 Radio. He's in here with us. He's been on the show before. And Big Samuel David, who's coming fresh off of his latest project, the Book of Samuel David, Live for Once, with the big song BIFA. Bitch, I feel amazing.
Yes.
So we're going to have an amazing day or amazing night tonight right here on the I'm Kinda Famous podcast, talking music. And you know when I talk music, it tends to go long. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Sam,
Yo,
how's this song been doing?
it's been doing good, man. Getting a lot of love, especially at home. Man, 93.5's had it in rotation, showing crazy love. Shout out to Royce and Greg. Also, DJ Suede, man, has got it in rotation in Lincoln, Nebraska, and quite a few other locations. He's gonna kill me if I'm not able to quote each one of them, but man, they really pushing the record heavy, as well as.
I love this, by the way. We're right by the train tracks, yo. Right by the train tracks.
That's major. And I gotta give one last shout out to DJ Detroit, spinning it on Shade 4-5, man. It's getting some big love.
How that feel?
Amazing.
There you go.
Yeah.
I wasn't even trying to do that. That just happened. But that's good. That's what you're supposed to do.
Oh yeah. At all
Somebody hit
times.
you with that, you got amazing.
Amazing.
They asked me, man, what you doing? Man, being kind of famous out here.
Exactly. See.
And we got Royce,
Culture.
Mr. Film Photography.
Yeah, having a good time. Just chilling out.
See, he's so used to doing radio. This is nothing. You're like, man, it's just another day in the park. Feel like I'm doing overtime hours. It's extended. But what he don't get to do is cuss. So if you want to cuss on my show, you can. Okay. I mean, if y'all,
shit.
we out here in this shithole country. If you want, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? If
Were
you
we
wanna
one of
jump
the
into that-
shithole countries? I mean.
I am what this Kinda Famous podcast network, aRowe Films, is not one of your shithole companies.
Okay.
This is a good one. So I wanted to talk music. We had a big 2017 full of different kinds and varieties of music, especially in hip hop, rap, R&B, different sounds. The year started one way that we expected to be a big competitive year between Drake and Kendrick, with Drake dropping his More Life playlist, which now I think he started a problem with the playlist concept, and Kendrick with Damn, which I guess it surpassed More Life. He beat Drake in the competition, I think, big picture.
Yeah, he
What
beat
do you
everybody.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's I mean, but you're kind of comparing an apple to an orange too.
Right.
You know what I mean? When you have Damn, I mean that's an album. That's a complete body of work. More Life. I mean, you can tell. It's almost like the Throwaways. Like you
Yeah.
know,
More life.
Yeah,
More Life. Not
definitely.
that they're bad, but it's not. It's not a congruent. The only thing that makes me
Right.
congruent is a Caribbean dude from Toronto going More Life
Yeah.
in between these songs.
That was. I mean, but that
Like,
was good. That's a heat
That's the only
ad.
thing that makes it like congruent.
You know what's crazy about that? That's Baca, not nice.
Yeah,
And that made me actually dig
Not
into
Nice.
Baca's catalog.
yeah. Which he has a new single.
He's got
man.
some hits.
Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, that's actually dope.
I never even checked into it. Therefore, I think I got into some of those other features. Those people who was already kicking off in Canada or wherever they were from. I think
Yeah.
most of it was Canada, wasn't it?
Canada, London, gigs.
London gigs.
Mhm.
I look more into gigs. And the other cat on there from London that was pretty hot.
Sampha.
Nah.
I like Sanford.
I looked into that. I love
Sanford's
that.
good.
I had to put that in the playlist because that was his. Yeah, that's an energy right there. But now is that opinion in retrospect or in the moment did it feel like throwaway?
I mean, I think I said that last time. I mean, now they aren't bad. I hate to say throwaways, but it's almost kind of like these are just songs. It sounded like a bunch of singles.
Yeah, definitely.
Like it's not
Definitely.
part of any project. Hey, we made 100 songs. This is what we put on views. Man, we got 20 songs that are good that need to be on something.
Yeah,
We'll just do a playlist.
felt like an album commitment.
Yeah.
Like legit. And listening to it, like when it first dropped, I was like, yo, I haven't revisited it since, except for the joint with Young Thug.
I mean, because hell, it has 3 or 4 singles off it. I mean, just radio wise. I mean, Passion Fruit. Of course,
true.
my mind.
I know it's so
on the other
long
ones, but-
ago, but this is how we started the year with these 2 albums, and Kendrick comes with Damn and
One
and-
came out like Damn came out the week after, didn't it? Or like 2 weeks. It was closed.
Yeah, it was within like
It
a
was
week or a
close.
10-day period, somewhere around that. Because even Drake didn't even follow the traditional Tuesday release
Yeah.
on it, and but I think I listen to More Life more than I listen to Damn. But I think anyone who listens to More Life has an edit of More Life that they do. We're like, okay, these
Yeah,
my songs
yeah.
right here. Now I like it totally, but at the same time, it's just too many songs. It's too much consumption of one artist that it's like But people are making their own playlists or making their own. Spotify's afforded that, and I think
Yeah.
when I say that he created a problem, now I'm looking at more. I'm gonna call everything an album, even though people are bouncing album and mixtape back and forth. I think I'm seeing more people giving you just so much music and saying, you
Have it.
decide.
Have
You
it.
decide what you like.
I think it's tricky, right? Because like when I think to making music, I'm like, yo, do I want to do a full project or a single? Which I'd rather do a full album to give the folks to get my artist off, right? But nobody, like as an artist, why would I put all that time into it if the people aren't receiving it fully, right? As a full album versus picking apart which song they want to listen to, right? So now it's an investment because it's a business.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, do I want to drop a full joint? Like, damn, 444, those was full body of works that was heavy.
But
Granted,
I think it
the
depends
same.
on. I want to say it depends on the audience, but you got to,
Mhm.
I talk about like this podcast and the different things I do and say that you got to give people the content the way that they consume it. If they
Right.
consuming everything on YouTube, iTunes, or whatever, you need to be there. And if
Yeah.
people are not consuming, I'm an album person. I still want a good album, but I think we got Royce on the radio. Do you think I'm gonna ask this? Do you think the album is dead
No.
from a rap perspective? I would say.
No, I think you got. I think it's per artist. Like Kendrick, you would expect nothing less than an album. We'll just take album of the year. You got Childish Gambino, even though it was a funk album. we'll put that down as like that. Like he makes albums. He doesn't make singles. Migos, Culture was probably the most album-esque album they've made.
Yeah.
That was an album.
But to me, they're still making mixtapes. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like whatever they wanted to call it. Like, you know, Future. If you got 15 mixtapes and 10 albums, you ain't in it for the albums, bro.
Yeah.
You're in it for the singles. Like, you know what I mean?
100.
Because that's too much. It's too much.
Is there a pressure to have more content?
I'd love to hear the radio perspective.
I don't think it's more. I mean, because, well, put it this way. Kendrick. He's had 2 singles off this album.
The
Sorry,
Rihanna joint, of course,
4.
Humble.
Okay, so three.
Got 4.
There's 14 tracks on this album. He's had 3 number 1 singles, right? How many singles have Migos had in the last year?
From Culture, or just in? I guess when you say single, it has to be from the album. So I think 2, Bad and Bougie, and the 2 Chainz joint.
Motorsport.
That's not that. I don't know what that is.
That's a single, right? Because it's a Lucy that's sent to chart.
Yeah. So, how many albums has?
Well,
I mean, like, damn, what? Double platinum?
Yeah.
Like, people expect Kendrick to make albums. People want to hear the albums. People don't want to hear no album from Migos. Like, they'll go through, pick their favorite track, and then listen to the ones that are on the radio or the ones they perform on Jimmy Fallon.
So, okay.
But I also don't think we expect albums from Migos either.
Well, I like Culture. I'm looking forward to Culture too. But there was something I was thinking about a couple weeks ago, listening to one of my new favorite albums, Huncho Jack, the Travis Scott Migos project or Quavo project, and I was listening to
Which was pretty damn good.
It was.
I love it. I was listening to it on the way here, but I was listening to some of the lyrics, right?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get killed for this. And I'm listening to these lyrics. I'm listening to it basically not be anything. It's just, and I think when I look for an album, I want an album that feels like there is I know what
It's a story.
well
Cohesive.
what the content they want me to feel, what energy, what whatever that is, but there with some cohesiveness, right? So for some reason, I went on a Wu-Tang little run. I bum atomically. Socrates, philosophies, and hypocrisy. This is the bar, right?
Yeah.
This is, and it's probably one of the hardest bars you would think coming. That it just set it off right. He said absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Right? So then I go back and listen to a couple bars from Travis Scott, and I love Travis Scott. From this Huncho Jack. I'm like, he ain't saying shit. But you think lesser of what Migos may bring to an album, but if someone tells you a new Wu-Tang is coming out, for some reason you feel like there should be more to it.
I think because you get skit, you get an all around. It's like a movie. It's like watching TV or something. You get a story involved with it. Versus Migos, the album is. I mean, you probably got 4 topics spread across X amount of songs, right? Compared to maybe that
a topic.
Maybe that. Like when I think album, I think like Redman, right? Like Malpractice is one of the illest albums, and the skits made it feel like a TV show, right? Like Marshall Mathers LP, you got the Steve Berman joints. The Damn joint, right? The whole joint plays out like a movie. Schoolboy Q, 444. Yeah. So that's where I think of an album outside of the record labels not paying the producers, right? When I think mixtape first album, but it's really just that full story being told across a sonic story being told.
But we used to require that, and we're probably, and I know I'm gonna jump into a subject similar to this at the end.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and jump into some of this Grammy stuff. So, 2018 Grammys coming up. Album of the year. Royce mentioned some of it. Here's some of the nominations: Childish Gambino, Awaken My Love, Jay-Z 444, Kendrick Damn, Melodrama by Lord, 24 Karat Magic, Bruno Mars.
It's Bruno Mars for the taking.
It's a whole lot of culture in that album of the year. Usually, this is a place reserved for the Katy Perry's.
Yeah.
The what's the girl who got who got Kanye out. Taylor Swift. Like, this is a category usually we see. That's what we see.
There's not one white male on this list.
That's
true.
true.
Very true. Yeah.
That's crazy.
But maybe this is some Trump backlash. You know what I mean? Like, this could be some of that. But at the same time, you can't look at. I mean, I didn't listen to Lloyd, but you can't look at any of those 4 urban influence albums and go, these are bad albums.
No, they're all. When I'm looking at them, the first thing that comes to my mind is none of these bodies of work sound like any of the other previous bodies of works from that artist. Like, and that's major.
And it's enough diversity. Bruno Mars and Childish kind of they float in the same pocket with these 2 albums because Bruno gave us, I mean, music. Like you listen, it's like music. You hear who's the guy that produced for Guy?
Teddy Riley.
Teddy Riley and some of that in there, and then in Childish you hear a lot of P-Funk in there.
Yeah.
Like
they're
those 2
recreating
albums,
dope ass sounds. Like they're bringing sounds back.
It's
to
one
a
of the
new
things
generation.
where you know that studio for Childish Gambino or for Awaken and that studio for 24K wasn't no mixer like this. They had the whole boy.
And good weed,
everybody's hitting. So who y'all got on this?
It's Bruno Mars.
Bruno.
I say, yeah, I could see Bruno or Kendrick.
And the other, is Bruno or Kendrick? Because you also got to remember who votes for these.
True life.
Like,
True
you know,
life.
you know what I mean? It's
True
like,
life.
The people of the Academy, like.
That's one thing I want.
And Bruno is very much loved. I mean, hell, he did the Prince tribute last year. It's his to lose.
He's coveted in this.
That's what I want to look up because some of these categories I'm looking at the selections. I'm like, who's on the committee? Like, who decided to pick this? And we'll get to that. So for me, I mean, okay, there's who's winning and who would you want to see win this category?
Jay, easy. And not just because I'm a huge Jay fan, but I mean he's coming off the back of a Songwriters Hall of Fame, right, induction.
Let's talk about the album,
right? But that's what I'm talking about because we're looking at the whole.
It is one of his best albums out of the last 3 or 4.
Yes,
I mean, I love Hove to death, but Magna Carta was shit.
The whole thing.
I mean, but it's almost like for Jay-Z's standard.
Word.
It wasn't a bad album. It was a good album.
Yeah.
But it's at Jay-Z's standard.
It was a boss move with Samsung more than anything else.
Yeah. What was the one before that? I mean,
that was American Gangster.
American Gangster.
It may be something in the middle.
Actually, the Blueprint 3 was okay.
Really?
It was okay.
He had.
But like American Gangster, you know, I understand it's a soundtrack. You had the one where Kingdom Come. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
But nothing promotes creativity more than like Troubles in Your Life. Like
real life.
This was his most personal album since the late 2000s. You know what I mean?
Right. And he created a new genre of rap with that one. Like, we officially have contemporary hip hop.
I don't know about.
Come on, man. We got contemporary.
I think we wanted that. We wanted to see someone we like doing contemporary, but I can't say that Jay-Z is the bare standard of that, or is that the right? Either way,
I never
and that's why he should
that.
win.
I never understood like the terms on that, like contemporary. Like, what do you think of it? And this is like, you know, like contemporary. Like, what is like?
I think to like it's. I think his fans have aged with him, right? So now it's a space where 30-year-olds and up can truly enjoy hip hop without it being hard hitting hip hop, without it being quote unquote mumble rap, and it's something that you can relate to at the same time.
I think it's mostly because people like Jay-Z, because the subject matter that he was talking about ain't new on a rap album or anything like that.
But it's new to his thing, and
right?
Frankly, it was totally different than anything, you know. In some way, it is new though. You don't hear about men cheating on their wives,
right?
What?
Not
in this culture.
One.
You don't hear about it.
Not from the one doing it on a record,
Right.
And how he messed up,
Yeah.
and how he almost lost his family. You don't hear that. You don't hear. You know what you don't hear? You don't hear a lot of regret anymore.
Real life.
That's a regret record.
Real life.
And that's a regret record and a redemption.
Redemption.
Record.
I've been to therapy.
Yeah. Like you know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. Like people, that's what we needed. But I can see where you're talking about contemporary, because I think that's what people our age need. Like 30 and up. Like it's time to grow up.
Yeah.
It's time to grow up. I think that's what Eminem tried to do, and he failed miserably.
On this new album,
Yeah.
we'll get to it.
He has lyrics. He's a great lyricist.
But we say this was what did you say?
I'm getting tired of this float.
I think,
Like, you know what I mean?
but I think we say this is the grown up, but we've been I think so. It almost feels like if I'm interpreting some of what's being said is all the other times he was trying to make us be grown, we wasn't feeling it because he's pretty much older than all of us.
Yeah.
And he's been older than he's been a aged rapper. It's
Right.
just he was really good at rapping. Same with Eminem, same with LL, same with 50. Like these are people staying in their pocket, doing what they do as an advanced aged artist. 2 Chainz is almost that as well. I mean, is that
2 Chainz is definitely that.
I was going somewhere with that. Well, with Jay-Z, because Jay-Z's been trying to do this grown-up thing, change clothes. I mean, everything from the Blueprint 2 forward was this concept of like, y'all need to get off that other shit.
But it was y'all. It's what y'all need.
And it was because he had money. Like I'm on this. Like y'all are still wearing jerseys and Nikes. Man, it's time to get in the suit. Now it's also part of a growing up.
Mm-hmm.
But then also, I'm gonna have to take a little poll here real quick. How old are you, bro?
33, 84,
87, 30.
I'm gonna be 40 this year.
Wow.
So listening to this record, like this is something else that's interesting. Is listening to it, like looking back and seeing things. Like you know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. It's a regret. It's redemption, but it's also like, you know, some people didn't make it. Some people came along the ride and fell off. Like you know, he's also talking about how blessed he is. Like, you know,
one thing about it, I mean, in totality. So if you know, in this conversation, because I was undecided between 444 and Childish, because I love Parliament, I love funk, I love what he did with that. But in this conversation, I'm being lean to 444 winning for symbolism. The symbolism of it's okay to rap and not rap about the streets. But again, you got to preface it, you got one of the greatest rappers alive.
The greatest rapper alive.
Okay.
But Kendrick wasn't really rapping about the streets.
This was like this
was his peak. I really think like this is gonna be his best album.
It's his blueprint.
Yeah, like this
I think the next one will be. But see, but take a moment. Damn is Kendrick's best. I think his next one will be his best one, because I think that this was Kendrick's attempt to mass appeal, and I think it's kind of there's a degree of irony that goes with him getting album of the year for him doing pretty much saying that I can do what everyone is doing as well, and do it really well, and then give you a good album. And
y'all let a conscious nigga go commercial while only making conscious albums.
There you go. See, he got the bars. I ain't got the Kendrick bars. I got. That's all I got from Kendrick. All right. So record of the year. Now, here's the thing about the Grammys. It's too many goddamn categories saying the same damn thing to me.
Yeah.
So here's the record of the year. Redbone, Childish Gambino. That's the Stay Woke joint. Despacito.
Ooh.
It's a Daddy Yankee. It's a multilingual song. Got Justin Bieber on there.
It's gonna be 24 karat, man. I'm telling you, Bruno Mars is good, because if you notice, most of the time Grammy sweep like a lot of the big categories. It's gonna be Bruno Mars. Yeah.
Then there's the story of OJ, Jay-Z, Humble, Kendrick, 24 karat Magic. I mean, looking at that, 24 karat Magic got to do it. Man,
Unless we see some love for Puerto Rico.
nah.
You don't think so? I can see Despacito taking it for that
I
reason.
mean, it was the biggest single.
Like
Was it?
crazy, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know why that earworm don't hit me because I'm trying to think of give it to me. How it go?
Despacito.
Nope.
Crossover. Latin and English.
Because it was out for a long time even before Bieber got on it, right?
Yeah. I mean, it was #1 at the Latin charts, and then they put Bieber on it. It came out,
And it was a rap.
Yeah.
And it's his highest charting song I've seen somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's easy.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It ain't on no fuck. But Redbone, I mean, man, it's just looking at the culture. I am looking at 24 Karat Magic because that's a smooth ass song.
Yeah.
That's just, I mean, but I don't know what record of the year means versus song of the year.
It's single. It's like saying single.
Okay.
Because see, all the one is album and then record of the year is, but one goes to the producer. There's record of the year and song of the year.
I can see song of the year going to the songwriter.
Yeah.
This will be the first year they give the songwriter an award, right?
Yeah. And then
That's
like records of the year is like the producer.
Did I leave that shit out here? Because we're going to get to that when we get the rap song. All right, new artists. So I'm just going to highlight on this. Khaled, Lil Uzi, SZA, new artist of the year.
Alicia Cara, SZA.
I don't understand why Alicia Cara is on there.
Really?
Because she came out with a single last year.
Okay, I got you. She's talented as hell.
Unless it was late, but I want to say that one here was like Summer Jam of last year.
Man, I know what you're talking about too, because my daughter sings.
Here, I mean that was last year.
It's got that rapper flow to it. Yeah.
I could see.
I could see SZA doing
Lil Uzi versus a little too far left.
But I don't see. Okay.
Khalid, maybe. I don't know who.
Let me ask this. Was Travis Scott on here last year?
Travis Scott, I have no clue.
So I mean, the reason I mentioned,
but he's not a new artist though. I mean,
right? But Lil Uzi, I don't understand this pick. Just because I don't know, I look at impact like this. There has to be some degree of impact to me, and Khaled, that song, and what he's done since then. Lil Uzi, two maybe 3 songs, and one of them is Migos. Migos had a phenomenal year.
That one jam, All My Friends Are Dead, that like I was reading somewhere, that's why the label never put out an album, because he's getting so many streams off of that joint. Like it don't even make sense to drop an album because the kids love that joint. You look at like
maybe I'm too old because I just don't see like I mean, and I try to touch a little bit of everything. I just don't see Lil Uzi versus I can't think of a new artist.
Oh, he won't win.
No, absolutely not. He's a long shot. That's why I don't know how he got there. Compared to maybe some of the other newer artists that probably had more impact this year. I know his name has been floating a lot. I've seen that, but I in terms of like I don't listen to the radio or hear a commercial or get an earworm at Sonics and hear a Lil Uzi record.
I could see SZA winning this though. I mean, because that's an album.
Yeah.
That's another great example of
that might.
She came out with a album.
Yes.
Like with hits on it.
With a controversial single.
The Weeknd?
Yeah. They love it and hate it at the same time.
I mean, it's honest though. I'm not in that. Hey baby, but I know it's an honest record, right? The whole album.
But here we go. So I'm gonna hit this urban contemporary because one of the people on here I think belongs in new artist, and that's Black. And I don't know if it's 6 Lack or Black. It's Black. It's Black. So
it's Black.
Free Black urban contemporary album. Awaken My Love, Gambino, American Teen, Khaled, Controlled by SZA, and Starboy The Weeknd. Is there another one?
Now I tell you who should be in the new one because I just saw the single, and a lot of people haven't heard the
Say
album.
I already know it.
Gold Link.
Say it.
I was gonna say Cardi.
I was gonna say Cardi too, but Gold Link is.
Cardi.
I don't know how Cardi doesn't get new out.
She's gonna get it next year. She's gonna get it next year.
Yeah. Well, I
But
don't
this
know
is
when-
this.
I don't know
Because she'll
when the
probably
cutoff
drop an
is.
album.
Yeah.
Because is it album? Is it album?
She better not. That's self-sabotage.
Well, I could see the label like, yo, we're not gonna drop an album till it's ready, till it's Grammy time.
I can see that.
Well, I think a
Like-
Grammy record is I think a new song, official something Cardi is gonna come Grammy time. With that Bruno Mars record, I think they want to line. I think it'll be lined up with the Grammys because she's gonna perform, and she may do one of those
She's performing
3
at the
song.
Oh, with Bruno Mars.
Oh, she's got the illest team in the game.
I think she could do it. I think she may do her own song.
Cardi's
the
got the
Grammys.
illest team in the game. If it's
Be
up
right
for
in
an
the face.
award,
That's all she is an in your face artist. And doing in your face song. What's the song?
Bodak Yellow.
Bodak Yellow.
But I think with the Grammys though, they're really upheld. I don't know how much she writes her own stuff.
We're gonna get to that.
She's too fabricated.
So
She's too perfect. Like she's a perfect.
Well,
Or she's creative.
like she's a social media star who got an album deal, and
I
her
know
beats
where
are
you're
made
going.
for her. I'm sure somebody's
Yeah.
writing for her. You know what I mean? She's
Word.
too. She's a little
They
The
want to
full
keep it
artistic
traditional.
integrity.
Yeah,
Right.
she adds. You could have done that with anybody.
100.
Yeah, I mean, because we got Bad Barbie, the girl from.
Yo, she
the
got
Maury show.
hits. Yo,
Well, hey, Win, this is your fault.
no, thank you, Win.
No, because we're gonna get to this later. So we'll come back to Win. We'll get to this later.
But that Gold Link, people have been sleeping on that Gold Link album.
I think I have too. I saw it.
And
I pulled
that
it
Cruise
up.
single was huge.
Is that money all around?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
huge. Like he should have been in the new artist. And it's not really who's on the list; it's who isn't on the list. Vic Mensa should have been in the new artist.
Yeah.
He should have been in
I
the
slept
best
on.
rap
I slept
album,
on
and
Vic,
he wasn't.
but when
Yeah.
Vic is a very good. His image throws me, but he's a very good rapper.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was his
Artist.
first album or not. Vince Staples should have been in rap album.
Vince Staples heavy. Yes.
There was
yes.
about 3 or 4 rap albums that
Yes.
did not make it.
Yeah.
That Vince was a good one.
Yeah,
But
hey,
you know
I love
what, but Vince-
Rhapsody.
That was
Vince-
his second album.
But Vince,
Okay,
That
yeah.
was his
So he
second.
wasn't the new
to
artist.
me,
Okay.
Which Vic? Oh, Vince. you
Vince.
said.
I think Vince and Kendrick album parallel for me in ways. I really like. But I just think Vince is just a great fucking rapper. But I don't think his career is gonna be. I don't think he's gonna be a rap star. I think he's gonna do this at some point.
You think so? Man, he's got it. Like, just listen to him through interviews as well as listening to his music and the way it's composed. Like, dude's got a great ear for sonics. Like,
Yeah. This next album
And a great speaker.
will be his
yeah.
definitive. Like it's I don't want to say sink or swim, but
Mm-hmm.
he's either going to be rap star status or he'll be able to tour and make money the rest of his life off
Word.
making great music, but he's not going to be filling arenas.
Is he the last rapper on Def Jam? kind of
Shit,
facetious question, but
who on Def Jam?
because he talks about that a lot, right? Being on Def Jam and like owning full artistic creativity
Who you
and
talking
taking
about?
a low budget. Vince Staples.
Vince Staples.
There's oh God, I can't remember his name. It's someone that is
he
on
might
Def
be the
or maybe it's on
youngest
Might be young.
Atlantic.
Word.
I can't think of
So who
anybody
we
else.
got on this one?
Which one?
I like Free Black, but I think Childish should get it.
SZA's gonna win.
I think
that.
anybody could take this.
SZA's
Yeah,
gonna win that.
SZA will probably win
If
that.
SZA gets new artist, she's definitely getting urban. It's like getting MVP and not getting Rookie of the Year. That's too easy for
Or
her.
Black-
Childish will get it.
I think
Childish
anyone can
or
take
SZA.
it, honestly.
Yeah.
But if it was my pick, I like that Free Black album a lot. I like Childish as musically, but front to back, I can do Free Black every single time.
If the Grammys are extremely political, like undertone wise, like or politics, not political, but politics, the same way the American Music Award was, and it was a different
Cali.
space in the world, like American Music Awards was mad women empowerment. Like from the folks that was getting awards who was
So
performing.
you mean the subtext?
The subtext, yeah. So if that's the same thing that the Grammys are looking to do and making a stamp really just on overall entertainment industry, I could see SZA cleaning up all the way across the board.
Where you at? Oh, you got who you got? Oh, never mind. I think you already picked. So we gonna go. All right, rap performance.
Bodak Yellow. You don't even gotta
Bodak,
mention it.
Big Sean, Bounce Back, Big Sean, Bodak Yellow by Cardi B, 444, Humble,
I think
Bad and
Humble's
Bougie.
gonna get it.
Who?
I think Humble's gonna get
I
it.
ain't even see Humble.
Rap performance. I think that is
Cardi
just
might get
the
it,
song
but
itself.
it's almost kind of like, and hey, I thought it was cool, but it'll almost be like 666 Mafia winning the Oscar. Like even though they won the Oscar, people don't really respect them.
Word.
Like in the Oscar, like you just get that
Yeah.
vibe. Like this is almost like not a joke, but like this will be hilarious if they win, so let's vote for him. Like you know what I mean?
Who let these
Like,
niggas in?
So
I don't
it's
even
the
know who
same
that
thing
was
with
again.
Cardi.
Well, that was like what was that? Best original music song or something, movie song or something. But you say Cardi or you
No,
with Humble?
I
But
see Humble too.
Bad and Bougie.
Humble.
If you look at impact though, you take this list and you look at Big Sean, not even in the
His
conversation.
was too early.
And Bounce Back just had no impact. Bodak and Bad and Bougie. Ellen, remember this. Ellen and the Migos. Jimmy Fallon and the Migos.
It's Kendrick Lamar. You got to remember who's voting.
Yeah. Kendrick represents the full embodiment of hip hop
Artist.
right now. He's the king of hip hop right now.
If I'm a 50-year-old white dude or a 6-year-old white lady, who am I gonna be voting for?
All right.
Like you know what I mean?
So both of y'all are Kendrick.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
going Bad and Bougie for the upset.
For the upset.
For the upset. Now we got rap song performance. So you got a little mix of rap and singing. You know, that could be Migos again, but they're not on here.
Ooh.
Black with Problems, which is I love that song. Crew will go Link, Family Feud, Jay-Z and Beyonce, Loyalty, Kendrick and Rihanna,
It's loyalty.
Love
Yeah.
Galore, SZA, Travis
Changing
Scott.
of the guards. Changing of the guard, right?
Maybe Family Feud. That
Come
has
on.
a chance.
Come on, it's
But
Jay-Z.
Between that and
Loyalty all
loyalty.
day.
Between that and loyalty, easy. And that's Kendrick and Rihanna taking a stamp on
That
the
is
game and,
crazy.
like,
If you look at these two back-to-back, Jay-Z and Beyonce, Kendrick
Yeah.
and Rihanna, that is like you said, changing of the guard.
yeah.
If you expect someone to hand that off, those are the two handoffs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Family Feud. It's still Beyonce and Jay. It's Black royalty.
Now, what makes it rap song performance? Is that with a feature? Is it like R&B/rap? Is that what makes it?
Yeah,
song
or
performance?
like a sung hook because
Okay.
I'm seeing all these have like a sung hook. on
Yeah.
them.
Black is saying is doing double duty because when you look at the others, it's all this is clearly a rapper. This is clearly a singer, basically.
Yeah.
So rap song. Now I wanted to get to this one because rap song I think has to do with writers as well.
That's what it looks
And I
like.
edited this out because I wanted to do something with Bodak Yellow on purpose. So on rap song, Bodak Yellow with Cardi, Chase Me with Danger Mouth, Run the Jewels, and Big Boy. That's Killer Mike, and I forget who the other person in Run the Jewels is. Humble, LP. Humble, Kendrick Lamar, Sassy with Rhapsody, Story OJ with Jay-Z. Now, I purposely did this with Cardi B. Now, this song isn't the most difficult song to even remember. It's a very catchy song, very great beat to it, all this that goes. And you see how many people involved in writing Bodak Yellow.
If you listen to the different, like the song is perfectly constructed. Like there's no song that I've ever heard in my life that's better put together for right now. Because she takes 3 of the dopest flows like in the industry right now, puts them on one song. There's barely even a hook, and it's like something that females can rap to without feeling.
I don't know, man.
Dudes
Plenty
can rap
dudes
to
like
it.
Lil.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
some
Like
kids in here, but
it's one of those. But it's mad people. It's mad people writing it. But would it be the same if a Drake song was up for rap song?
man, y'all will not let this Drake thing go.
Or a Kanye song for that, in that same respect, right? Like, does that knock the overall artistic effort? Because yeah, you could write dope, but can you shoot?
Well, we don't know that she can write.
That's what I'm saying. So they can
We
write
don't know
dope,
that
but
she
can they
can
rap?
make a song by herself.
But she can shoot the ball like a motherfucker when they pass it to her.
Then it should be rap. That should be in rap performance because that's Oh, it is in rap performance. So never mind. There you go. Touche. Well, I don't know I don't know where to go on that one.
The industry is setting Cardi up as an overall threat, like this early?
I think
Like,
she's done after this year. She
I
had
don't
a year.
think so.
I think
That's
I
what
think she's
finesse
gonna
is
have
for.
a phenomenal 2018. Only because she benefits from people constantly saying Nicki Minaj. Like Cardi is what's the girl that was beefing with Nicki? Remy. Cardi is what Remy wants to be. She wants to constantly be in that conversation. Because she needs.
I think women's burn factor is quicker though.
Yes, because we're misogynist.
No, I don't think it has anything to do with that.
Because Rhapsody is dope as fuck.
Rhapsody's mad dog.
I think with women, there's a bit of a double standard that if you do a 180, perfect example. Well, even though it was an extreme 180, Nicki Minaj came out super hardcore, boss bitch. Then she came out as the Barbie in super bass, and she's never recovered from it.
Yeah.
Ever. And
Yeah.
probably never will.
True life.
I mean,
True
you know
life.
what I mean? Cardi's going to have to stay Cardi, but the thing is, with an artist, you have to grow. You have to do something different.
100.
The moment she does something different, it's done. It's over.
Do you think that Bruno Mars record helped her or not? Other than exposure.
Well, and that's maybe how she can get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
But she's still very early. I mean, she's still like Nicki Minaj when she was like doing Bedrock, Young Money stuff. I mean,
But
she's
is
still
it
early.
escalated though with her social media presence, right? Because her fans get a taste of her at all. Like her fans are the people that's been with her since Love and Hip Hop. Since before.
Which
Love
doesn't
and
help.
Hip
She
Hop.
needs to drop that show too.
I don't think she's on there no more.
Yeah, like drop.
I hope not. But so she's got a loyal fan base, especially with social media wise, right? On top of a huge machine behind her.
And we'll see how this next single does. Like the Bartier Cardi, I like it, but I can't listen to Cardi B. Offset. Cardi B. Cut. Like there's no substance to it.
So
I don't think it's gonna do as well.
When I look at it from if I was in that room advising on that, she would have to do that hook over. I think you date yourself. You don't know when that record blows up. Then you don't know where your relationship's at when it blows up. So then now you put yourself in a position where you look foolish at the end of the cycle of that song. I think. Because, I mean, look what happened quick when it dropped. You have the Offset cheating or affair or whatever.
Yeah.
So, like, that quick, she was looking foolish. So she couldn't, she kind of got handcuffed to her own song. Because if they broke up, now you got a song with a life cycle that is going to constantly be you looking silly.
Or I also don't think Cardi's going to change too much, but if she ever becomes a caricature of herself, which is kind of starting to happen, is it like you know what I mean? Like on Fallon, like she owned the interview, but like when she's like tink tink, like it's like sooner you can't be doing that 1-2 years from now.
I kind of felt that.
You know what I mean?
I hope you get media training.
Yeah, it's gonna be like what are you gonna update? Yeah. But that's why people like it. See, and that's the part because that if she ever sophisticates herself a little more,
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. She's done. Like you know what I mean? Like you can't change that much
this early,
right?
Well, I think it happens when we don't get to see a growth happen, and it's just wham. And it's how she came. That's how she was social media. Like she's our official social media rapper to get over.
Definitely.
You know.
Definitely.
And so with I want
to this level, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And I think with that happening, with it being so much so fast, it was like she was used to getting attention because that's what she did.
Yeah.
But we wasn't used to her. You know, the little people were.
Right.
But now you like get used to her. So now you like, oh, this is cool, this is crazy, this is dumb. I grow the fuck up, yo.
But has she had a song that wasn't a hit though?
Well, she's only had one song.
Well, has she been involved in a song? Because she's got that Spanish joint too. Have you heard the Spanish?
The Cardi B one?
It's with
No,
she's a feature on there. It's dope.
Song.
It's heavy. Like it's got range like a mug.
And then she did the Bodak Yellow Spanish.
She did the Spanish,
too.
right? So
which we forget that she's not all black. Or
she's the black Selena. She's self-proclaimed that, right? So she's captured a whole new audience out. Look at y'all. Wish I could see the face right now, right? But she's coined that.
So like that. That's
and they've embraced it. So that's the tricky thing. Like,
Have them Mexicans embraced it though?
yeah, like they.
She.
I don't know. You learning to
Hold on,
me.
let me step out the door and ask. Like, you know what I mean? We're on the north side if you did.
Real shit.
Hey, there you go.
But I say that only because like I just think of like the trends in music. I think of the trends in hip hop, like right from a playlist perspective. We're away from the album. Cardi B's not an album artist, right? So I think her longevity is really gonna last through her continuing to. She's showing people her evolution. Like they able to see her insecurities when she's like, I don't fuck with this song, right? So she's got their heart before anything. So folks is gonna stay attached compared to like a Bow Wow, right? Your fans grow with you, and then it's like, well, you old now. We can't do nothing with you. She's already an adult, so now
But she's a woman.
I just don't think. I think it's a double standard with women. You can't change too much. I mean, hell, even Taylor Swift, like she came out with some of them top 40 hits, and then she started, you know.
I don't know, man. That
This
19
last
Migos
album is
on the
not
song,
doing
yeah.
what she usually does.
Yeah.
But
And the country people don't fuck with her at all like they
Word.
used to.
Taylor
Like,
Swift.
you know what I mean? Like
Word.
you notice they've been like,
But Taylor
oh,
Swift
so
had
she's
the
at
Jay.
the end.
She had the Jay-Z hustle. She always paired her project with something else. So the number was always elevated.
I think she's
Yeah.
kind of playing herself on how she's doing things. But that's
Oh,
another,
yeah.
that's another
Oh, yeah.
podcast for another day.
Rap album.
Oh.
Rap album of the year. 444 Jay-Z, Damn, Kendrick.
It'll be damn.
Migos, Culture album. Layla's Wisdom with Rapid Flower Boy with Tyler, the Creator. What'd you say?
It'll be Kendrick. I mean, he had a great.
So
he
saying Jay-Z
he had
gets
one of the
nothing?
best albums. No,
Wow.
period.
You don't think so? I know he never shows up to the Grammys.
But this is a different album.
It opened up a whole nother piece of the culture. But Damn is everywhere. Like it's one of those safe albums. It's one of the first safe albums of this generation.
Yeah,
Like-
damn is arguably one of the best albums. Period of the year genre.
Yeah,
No matter what.
it's so dope. He released the deluxe version with the album backwards.
I
Like,
didn't even know that.
yeah, like he released all streaming services with the album backwards.
Once
Right.
once I got it the first time, I thought we was done. I'm not
Nah.
the big fan of the deluxe unless it comes out.
Well, what it does, it gives you a different vibe to the, which is another point for album of the year, right? Because you get two albums within one album.
Yeah.
So you play it frontwards, you get one vibe. You play it backwards, you get another vibe. And that's that. In that respect, I'd easily see album of the year and rap album.
So Drake's missing off the list, and that is because they didn't submit to it. But if Drake was plugged into this somehow, does he get any award?
No.
No.
Passion
I
Fruit.
mean, he may have been up for best rap album, maybe. But I mean, if Views did win, More Life didn't have a chance.
Word.
Period. Like, you know what I mean? It's like that's
No, well, see, I don't know a More Life single. Passion Fruit.
Portland.
That's, to me, Passion Fruit would jump in that contemporary or rap song, maybe.
Damn.
I mean, rap song performance.
I know there's been 3 or 4. There's Passion Fruit.
I mean, those are the
Portland,
ones that
and
are
I forgot
like
the other
hard
ones.
hitting, but those aren't, you don't go and say that was the single, that
I
was
gotta
the
look
single.
that up actually.
Because there's a goddamn 51 songs on there. It's hard to even know what's what.
What's the one with Rihanna? Is that Passion Fruit?
No.
I
don't know
Controller?
Controller definitely was released.
Or is that on Views?
I think that's on Views.
That's on Views. I mean, like, you know what I mean? It's like there's
No,
so many
shit.
you can't remember.
Pull that
What's
up.
on one.
I'm looking at it. Yeah, that's the one.
That's More Life,
It's-
Controller.
Nah. He released Fake Love.
Fake Love. Yeah.
Fake Love. Glow with Kanye. But other than
Nope.
that,
But these aren't songs that, I mean, you would know if they hit radio. I
Yeah,
personally don't think those songs hit
Portland,
radio.
Passion Fruit,
Portland.
and the Fake Love.
Fake Love.
Yeah.
None of those songs to me are big enough. That would be Politics if he was on the list to compete with. But then when you got rap performance, Big Sean Bounce Back, to me that did very little. I could see Drake being in this pretty simply. All right. Well, that's the Grammy. So basically, Royce feels like with all this growing up we did about Jay-Z, he stands zero chance to walk away. Well, he has a chance, but you believe he's going to go away empty-handed. One of the biggest rappers.
He might win like a rap performance category, but it's Kendrick's year. It's going to be Kendrick and Bruno Mars' year.
Wow.
Period. Because I would love to see like the best pop ones. Because I'm sure Bruno Mars can roll over into that pop contemporary.
Easy.
Bruno
you know
has
what I mean?
several nominations in the pop category. I just pulled,
which is ironic in a way because his music is very 90s R&B-ish, but yet a lot of the hip hop and music now that's basically genre-less is still pigeonholed in.
Well, let's touch that Bruno. Why is that working?
An R&B record.
Why is Bruno working?
Yeah, because he's sitting in this certain pocket of what he's doing with these songs, and it's not so much like he's making a new sound.
Yep, that's it.
Think about it. Like everybody who grew up in the 90s, everybody who grew up on that are the consumers. Are the big consumers now.
But
like,
everybody, when it comes to Bruno, it's like everybody.
Because each album he reinvents himself for one, right? And he, like you said, it's nostalgic. Like it reminds you of something. He's more Michael Jackson and Prince than anybody has ever been.
Yeah, you got people in the 90s flashing back, and you got people who were born in the 90s throwing 90s babies parties.
Yeah,
that think that and it's like it's all nostalgia.
He dances. He's fresh
I think
and flashy.
That's what I like. Song is up for R&B Song of the Year. Maybe
that's an easy win.
So,
or depending on who's in it.
All right. So this is what we're gonna do. We out the Grammy piece of it. Now we're gonna talk about real music. We're gonna take a quick break and be right back. We break at 58. All right. So, all right, y'all ready?
Yep.
And we're back on the I'm Kind of Famous podcast, talking the Grammys. Now we're gonna talk a little bit of music. I got Big Samuel David coming out for his recently released. What we calling this? An album? What we calling this?
We're gonna call it I'll call it a release. I won't even put a name on it. It's
a release. See,
it's a project.
See, this is the thing. We gonna touch that.
Yeah,
we gonna touch that
because there's some technicalities.
No, there is no technicality.
Oh yeah, there is.
Release a body of work. Be proud of it enough to say that it's an album or whatever it is. I mean, like I think the album is semantics. One, it's not an album. You ain't got a record.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you give me a beginning and you give me an end, I think you just have to own it. That's me.
Well, when I think of album, right, I think of
because even the mixtape has been cheapened now. Because I look at the mixtape today, at least, is like I'm not confident enough of what this will do, so I call it a mixtape and be like, it's just a mixtape. But if
it's
you blow
money.
up, ooh,
it's all money. Like when it boils, it's all money. If I haven't purchased all of these beats and I own them exclusively, I can't drop this project and call it an album. The same with the labels, right? That's why a lot of artists drop mixtapes is because they don't have to pay the producer as much.
Yeah, that's
right?
the business. But as a consumer, listener of music, we don't care about none of that.
Well, I don't want you to get confused.
Okay.
I want to make sure you understand. Like as a consumer, I want to make sure, hey, I'm not putting out. This ain't my album. Like this is just a body of work for you, and it's a playlist.
Then next time on the back of it say for promotional use only.
That's why it's only on SoundCloud.
All right. And then we got Rowe's Voice from 93.5, Power 93.5 here in Wichita. All right. So we'll talk about this. So we'll jump in this, and I know someone was itching to get to it, but throughout all this, I really did think that Eminem would release his album and it sneak into the Grammy conversation. And it didn't.
Might have been too late though.
It was. It was too late. I thought he would get right at that end where he can get in there. But Eminem released his album, The Revival, with what all the big rappers are doing with the cryptic kind of release to feel the people out, which you know it feels cheap. It's like cheap. It doesn't cost nothing to do this, but then you're in Times Square. It's a lot of money that goes into these kind of subliminal messages. Jay-Z did it with 444. But he also had the highly controversial conversational rap at the one of these BET awards,
Yeah.
going in on Donald Trump. So we'll paint that picture, and then he had the track list that was another conversation piece, and then a release that was another conversation piece, especially for Eminem. So have you guys listened to the Eminem album?
Once.
Or I've listened to 3 joints.
Okay. I'm on the light end of that because before we cracked the mic, we talked about sometimes you got to be in a certain mood to listen to an album. And that's how I feel about Eminem. Because Eminem I feel like Eminem makes me listen hard. And I don't, I just want to listen to it and feel it.
Yeah.
I want to get a moment out of it and not necessarily be like, because it's rap gymnastics.
Definitely.
And I think in ways I've been conditioned to listen to simple rap now. And when Eminem comes in with the excess, it's like, slow down. You're giving me too much.
Yeah.
But since Royce, you're the only one who had a full listen to it. How did you feel about it?
I mean, it's cool. I mean, it wasn't his best.
That's plenty.
You know what I mean? There's a great movie called Amadeus. Right? It's about the classical composer Wolfgang Amadeus, and they try to describe his music, and he's talking to the emperor, and he's like, "How would you describe Mozart's music?" And he goes, "Too many notes." Right?
I think I just said that.
I listen to like Eminem's things, and I'm like, it's too many words. Like it's just too much, and it's starting to become a caricature, and you're starting to even hear the flows, like it's almost the like there's certain cadence.
Mm-hmm.
The last 3 albums have been the same one.
Word.
Like, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Now I like how he's starting to kind of do, like he was like, it's time to, what do you say in the one song, time to let the hair dye, quit dyeing my hair blonde. It's time to grow up. But it's like, and I also look at it a little differently.
Walk on water.
Yeah, walk on water. I look at it a little differently because he's trying to be vulnerable, and he is, but then there's still that little bit of, like, you see the press kits and he's sitting there with his eyes squinted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's still that kind of like the showman,
The rapper shit.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean?
Still doing
Which you're
shit.
always gonna have, but I think he just needs to like slow it down. And I think he's falling into. I think he made an album, even though he'd probably totally disagree with me, that he thought people would like, and that would get airplay. If you're really noticing, and I don't know what it is, and this isn't a white black thing, but a lot of the top white rap songs that are getting airplay, Eminem, NF, MGK, Logic. He's we'll put Logic in there, and I know I'm missing another one. Have these Macklemore have these melodic, slow, sad kind of dun 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 with a chick singing the hook.
White rap,
socially conscious too.
Very socially conscious.
White rap contemporary.
But I think, I mean, hey, black artists have their kind of things that they're doing a lot too.
Yeah.
But you're really starting to notice that. And usually Eminem is the exception and not the rule. And he's the rule this time.
100%. You said something though about him trying to be vulnerable. The weird thing about him is like he's always been mad vulnerable on his music.
Yeah,
and it feels forced. Yeah. Like, it feels like he's trying to grow up, and it's like, bro, he was so extreme before that now watching him grow up is like, you it's something internal that you fighting that we don't want to listen to.
Yeah.
Like the one song the Chloroseptic remix was actually pretty lit. I hated Walk on Water. And then there's the joint that he released, like the white boy, you're a rock star. That shit.
Yeah.
I loved it the first time I heard it. Then I listened again. I'm like, why?
Was it more so? I think it's more so that Eminem came in and was an anomaly. Like as he said, he was an alien. Like we before that we was dealing with a Vanilla Ice, a Atmosphere, just all these other white rappers that's like, okay, you're good, but
Yeah.
That's over there. And Eminem basically, you anticipated the new white dude. Like, oh shit, he got a new one.
Well, in order for at that time to be the superstar, he had to be better than everybody else. It's almost a 180 of
Right.
what like black dudes like in the
Right.
regular world. Like we had to be kind of better to make it in certain, So he had to be like totally better. But also, when you got Dr. Dre producing you,
Real shit.
like you know
Real
what I
shit.
mean? Like he had
Right.
literally the best hip hop producer in the world coming off one of the best hip hop albums
Yeah.
of all time, going into another one of the best hip hop albums of all time. The Chronic 2001.
Well, even if you add a layer to the dopeness of that, Dre had dropped the Firm joint in
Oh, yeah,
between.
yeah.
Like he was at a state of redemption when he got
Yeah, because Aftermath didn't do that well.
Yeah, so it was like he was almost like he had some shit to prove. So M was
And 50 was in that bank somewhere as well.
Well, but M found 50. I mean, that was later.
yeah M found 50.
Like, yeah, because M found 50.
Oh,
Because
okay,
he
I see
signed
where you're going.
to Shadyville, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was all part of the trickle down thing.
And the Jay-Z Eminem record.
That
I
was
mean,
a
that
Royce
played
and
a
Eminem
point.
record before.
Okay, but I
I'm not gonna
think
defend
when
Jay
you
at
do
all
that,
costs.
when Jay is at this place of like, ooh, okay, this guy is, he's it.
Yeah.
This is Jay-Z at this point because who was competing with Jay? He just smacked Nas, or I think it was right in that pocket somewhere. And then you get Eminem, the new white dude, the new,
Yeah.
ooh.
Well, the only reason people
But
even
M
said
was
that is because of
before
Nas.
that, though. Like M came out like that. Slim Shady was 99. That was last millennium. Like that beef with Nas, that was 2001.
He had dropped the Eminem show around that
2002.
time.
Yeah. Like
You're right, he was already
Eminem had
there
already been
in the
rocking
pocket.
Stan. I mean, Eminem was a bona fide superstar by that.
But like
point.
you said, he had to be.
Yeah.
He had to be because you're coming in the lane in a energy where, like Nicki basically had
Yeah.
to be.
However, it's a no brainer. You got and let's keep it real. You got a white kid
Mm-hmm.
coming out rapping from a white trash background,
Word.
talking about how he hated being poor, how his mom treated him
Juxtaposition.
wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, now on another level, who are the main? Nobody goes platinum from black people buying them,
Nah, not at
right?
all.
So if I'm a white kid and I see another white kid who hates his mom, is broke,
Yeah.
you know what I
Real
mean?
shit.
You know,
Real shit.
always
Relatable.
had to work, was on the wrong side of the railroad tracks all of his life. I'm
And-
buying his CD like
and-
a motherfucker.
and-
Like, you know what I mean?
ASAP.
It's a no brainer. Dr.
And
Dre knew it. It's a no
Word.
brainer.
And drugs outside of weed.
Yeah, a lot of drugs.
it's a no brainer.
Yeah.
Now,
Well, let me
fast-
ask. Can I ask this?
Go ahead.
Because you mentioned Nicki too. Does anybody want new music from an Eminem or a Nicki Minaj? Like
I'll
when
t-
I think about what they add to the game and how they had to get into the game.
But
Do we want to?
I
do
think
we want
with-
that?
I think with Eminem, what happened is why we hate Jay-Z, why we like Jay-Z and hate this Eminem is that fan base grew up.
Yeah.
And where he's growing up, he's like he's coming in as, oh, let me show them how much a rap nerd. I'm still a rap nerd. I'm still a rap. I'm still that guy. And so he's like, gymnastics. See, I still got it. I don't want y'all to think I don't have it. I still got
Right.
it. But the songwriting then, I believe, came from that vulnerable place. Being this basically an outsider that is fitting in, whereas Jay-Z is fit in, and now he's like, ooh, okay, I need to maneuver this, because he couldn't do anything but talk about that moment of his
Word.
life. Whereas Eminem has been giving us the moments of his life, and now he's, for all intents and purposes, happy.
Well, I think there's also nothing kind of sadder, and I think some artists kind of get stuck in this. Is after and of course, we really haven't reached that point yet, because hip hop's only like 40 years old, and
That's
you know what I
it.
mean. So there's nothing sadder than an artist who has reached his prime, has fallen off it. Maybe still the best lyrically, but time has passed him by, and he's still
Yeah.
like, it's like M. Like, come out with music, but it's like that time is past.
Well, here's the passport. Now, I was going to bring
Jay-Z is one of the few who have got, I don't want to say got away with it, but came out with something that was still,
I think it's
relevant
different.
enough sonically,
Mm-hmm.
lyrically, emotionally, spiritually, everything. Now, Eminem made a record that he could have made 10 years ago.
Yeah. And Jay-Z gave something to the OGs and the young dudes.
Okay,
Like, they have
so
something to look up to. Like, okay, that's what I'm supposed to do.
That's what I was going to get to, because loyalty means a lot. I mean, loyalty means a lot in our community in general.
Mm-hmm.
And we take Eminem. The people that grew up off Eminem are basically people like us. And so now we're looking at that like, I don't know. Now, okay, that didn't work with this group. Now let's talk about the younger people. And so on here, I wrote this to talk about something else. But the younger people listen to Lil Pump. They have their own other white younger person that they listen to for a different, because they're into something a lot different now. They don't care that much about lyrics. They don't care that much about albums. They don't care, huh?
Lil Pump is white.
Is he? I thought it's Gucci Gang, ain't it?
A minimum, a half, a minimum. It makes. I know he's.
Oh
So I
my
hear
God.
nigga all through the lyrics.
Yeah.
I see. I don't listen to enough. I'm
Oh,
on
we
Gucci
jam.
Gang.
Gucci Gang.
It's the only one, and it's the problem with the generation. A hook and 16 bars, one of the biggest top. What I think is like a top 10 charted rap song
Yeah.
for 2 minutes. And about 40 seconds of that is Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci. And I can't stop
But you're
saying
also
it.
playing by different
I didn't know he wasn't white.
I don't know.
schematics on that. Like, yeah, it's
Yes.
one of the top 10 charted
Oh,
things, but
I got you.
when you can listen to something for free, you know, at the end of the day, I always say this: the least amount of effort a fan can do
Yes.
is click like or listen to something for a minute on YouTube.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, now, Little Pump is selling tickets and everything, but in 5 years, will he be
Right.
selling tickets?
Right.
Eminem can still fill up arenas.
True life.
We
10
gonna
years
find
from
out.
now, Eminem will be filling up arenas.
Jay-Z was struggling.
Jay-Z had his highest selling.
Jay-Z was struggling, but those prices were over, way over. When you have nosebleed
Trust me,
seats,
I-
$150. Come
Yeah.
on, bro. Like,
People
I saw
can't afford to
Fleetwood
go
Mac.
to Kendrick.
I saw Fleetwood Mac
Yeah.
for $40 on a nosebleed seat, and that's Fleetwood
Word.
Mac, homie. Like Fleetwood,
Word.
like one of the best bands of all time.
And all they performed was Rumors twice. We're gonna do that album twice.
Right, you know what I mean? And it's like, but it's like, come on. But that's part of the thing. He's clinging on to like, dude, your trajectory's going down. It's not going up. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Is it a thing of not
Beyonce can get it.
loyalty though? I mean, Beyonce is gonna be able. The same reason why Ralph Tresvant
For now.
can get
Maybe not
with
the
Johnny
next.
Gill
Yeah.
and Genuine and Tank, and they fill up arena if they go on tour.
Nah. Yo, I was watching
I know,
Deion
arena.
Cole. Deion Cole, he had the funniest shit on his comedy joint. He was pretty much talking about artists that don't have the right to change clothes in the middle of their sets. Right? And when you mention Ralph Tresvant and Genuine, they for the culture, but they ain't no change clothes in the middle of their set artists. Like they're part of an era.
I think Genuine. I'm a Genuine fan. 100%. He after 100%, he ain't got to do nothing else for me.
Yeah.
But they go on
Like,
tours
shit.
together. They couldn't fill an arena by
Nah,
themselves.
yeah. You know, it's a retro act. It ain't
Yeah.
it ain't an act that you say, you know what, headlining Genuine. Like, no, we're not headlining Genuine. We're gonna
You go
have
to,
a
like,
poster
the-
with a bunch of circles on it. Like, you know, everybody gonna be here. SWV gonna be here. Bad who else? I can't think of nobody
But see,
else.
it's that era that you looking at versus the singular artist, right? Like R. Kelly is I don't know how he's been so free from losing his core fan base. He could probably sell something out still.
Fuck songs. You always gonna make. That's why I ain't talked about sex on my show yet. That's easy.
But do we want to sing along the fuck songs when we know who his target audience was for them fuck songs?
That's all he doing now. He
Good
ain't
shot.
coming out with
That's
no,
another podcast joint.
and he's still winning. He was pre Me Too.
But see, he's not. But he's also one of those artists that he's safe where he could keep his core and still sell shit out. Like he's not a in the moment artist, right? Like that sound ain't in the moment. He's elevated the sound and changed it and identified it, right? Where
He's
I look at like
he's a Prince.
in the respect, right?
Well, but music now is trends. Like that's ultimately what the argument is.
Yeah.
Like these people had like followings. Like it wasn't necessary. Like they may have
Yeah.
had trending music on different albums during different times.
Word.
But like it's just 10 years from now, you're not going to see people with dyed dreads doing shows.
Right.
Like they're
Right.
gonna be on. They're gonna be on to something else.
Right.
It's like the people are gonna grow out of it. But J. Cole, Kendrick, Drake, Childish Gambino. Like you can already tell now the people who have the following and the fan base
And the team.
Your album artist.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So with that, I'm gonna go back to the Eminem freestyle. So that expression, and I think he said a lot. He hit a lot of good points. I personally feel like I think he was trying to market that album. Meaning I think that he thought that Trump would say something and he didn't. And so then he was kind of stuck trying to figure out how do I get reach on this album, because Walk on Water, I don't give a fuck what you do. If you're a rapper with no drum line on the song, I don't know how many spins you really expecting to get, Beyonce or not. Because then if you do it that way, then it's a Beyonce song.
With a phoned in hook.
So without that, and that was how you introduced us to Revival. You got the freestyle at Trump. I don't know what song was going to make the rap fan go find. I wonder what Eminem is talking about this time.
Yeah. What?
But if Trump would have did something, he would have came out with some ill ass freestyle again, and he was like, I can sell this album without giving anything from this album. And Trump said nothing.
Yeah, you hit on some things, like especially when I look at it from a marketing standpoint, his album, because even when I think the Chloroseptic, right? Like originally that joint, no, not even a remix, right? Originally that joint had 2 Chainz on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think M was as much as he's rapping, I don't think he was making an album for the rap fan. Unless his marketing was, now let me throw 2 Chainz on this joint, because that could have been an easy single, right? If that's the reach he's looking for.
But we also have to acknowledge the fact that Eminem verse is last for a reason, because it was rewritten.
Oh, definitely, 100%.
And so he used 2 Chainz so that people would listen for 2 Chainz artists, because I went in there like, what the fuck 2 Chainz about to do?
Yeah.
And he did his thing on there. The other cat did his thing, that Eminem went to full, he did his thing and went to full gymnastics, then went off beat, had no beat, and it was like, we know you can rap. I don't need you to do that.
Yeah.
I know you can rap, and even if you look at it from him addressing some points, the weaker part of those verses of that verse was him basically talking to the criticism of the rollout.
Yeah.
Like all those lines were so forced in there and so like clear. It was like
Criticism of the rollout on.
Huh?
The rollout
Criticism
on.
of the album, the track list.
Yeah.
Why people were addressing the track list, not liking Walk on Water, like everything that everyone said about this Eminem album, he addressed in the Chlor.
You know, Eminem
whatever.
reminds me of LeBron James. Like,
Oh,
well, no, like
I feel it.
At this point, LeBron is the greatest basketball player in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's gonna say something. You might have your insecurities, but you
Argument.
don't have to always go, or one of, like, you know what I mean. You don't always have to say, well, you said this, so, but this is what I think about this. This is what it's like.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to do that
Come on, man.
as his return back to music after being missing for so long, you're like, why you bitching, bro? Like, you the one of the biggest.
I think it's yeah.
But go ahead, or I can take it.
Oh, no, I'm
'Cause
trying to articulate, because he's the prime example to older artists that step away from the game and come back, that you have to know what you're getting back into, right? Because the rap it's changed so much, right? Like from the way singles are consumed. I mean, we're talking about Lil Pump. Gucci Gang was on Snapchat for forever. You got Musically, you got Instagram, stuff like that, the way folks are quickly consuming music.
Right.
Eminem, I don't know that he was genuinely looking at the game like, okay, is this the climate for me to drop this type of joint in? Like, is this gonna, the point I'm trying to prove?
He made a Macklemore album while saying I'm not Macklemore. He made a Logic album while saying I'm not Logic. Like, when Macklemore hit, I had no idea who he was until Grammy night. Or I never. I mean, I heard the name. I never really checked for him. I knew the shopping song or whatever it was. I knew that song. Thrift store, thrift shop. I knew that song, but I didn't. I wasn't really checking. It seemed like, okay, here's another song or whatever. But that, when I listened to that album, and then he made the gay song and all that, so Macklemore made that song, and it was like, I think Eminem, this album, made those albums with the attempt to, like, I can do a quiet million, but you Eminem, you can't make a quiet million, and you have black people fuck with you. Not like Macklemore, he had to build an audience. Eminem has an audience, a very diverse audience of any direction, and we gonna clown you. If it's weak, we gonna hit you.
100.
On top of music, people who are genuinely love the music outside of the fandom, as critics, are going to look at that and say, this track list, where is Royce? Where is 50? Where is whoever? Like, you're going to look for the usual suspects that just not there. So, but on a social spectrum, what I did like about the Eminem freestyle is, one thing I've said about this whole climate we live in right now is white people need to talk to white people. Yeah. And what he was saying, he said in the wrong place. They'd been braver if he said the American Music Awards or one of these places did that same freestyle. He did it on our side. Again, he knew he had to get this audience because he knows these people. But he went out, gave us a Macklemore album. And I don't know how many black people were like, oh, the new Macklemore is it. So that's him. All right. We're going to do a rundown. What y'all thought about that Mason Cameron situation? Whoa. Okay. So we did a whole nother hour of talking about music and getting to some other topics like the local Wichita rap scene. We talk about just a whole bunch of little current event type music conversation. So instead of doing this for a whole 2 hours, we're going to go ahead and cut this off. This is just part one of the conversation with me, Samuel David, a.k.a. Big Sam, and Royce from Power 93.5 here in Wichita, Kansas. And we just talking, extra music at this point. But that's the whole Grammys 2018 rundown. Make sure you tune into the Grammys this Sunday. Go over to the Facebook page, facebook.com/KindaFamousPod, KINDA Famous Pod, POD. And tell us what you think. Were we right? Were we wrong? What do you think happened and it's going to go down this weekend on the Grammys? As well, don't forget to subscribe. One, I need to start saying that more. So subscribe to the show. Tell a friend. Like it. Link it. Everything you need to do on Facebook. YouTube as well if you listen to it via YouTube. Also, did I already say Facebook? SoundCloud. Not SoundCloud. iTunes. Google Music Podcast Play Store app. What else? Stitcher, Podbean. Anywhere that you consume podcasts, you can find the I'm Kinda Famous Podcast Network. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Make sure you go over to the Clean As People Collector merch site over on aRoweFilms.com. Hit Redbubble. Get some of that merch. I think that's it. I won't labor this too long. We're going to go ahead and get up out of here. But thanks again for listening. That was part one. I think I'm going to do part two next week if I don't do something else. But either way, part two is coming up. And I'm about to get out of here because I got a meeting for a venue for something I've been talking about for a while. But we're going to do that for Valentine's. Not Valentine's, for February. We're going to jump into a little relationship talk right here on the I'm Kinda Famous Podcast. But it may just be live. Until then, tell your mama I said hi.
So, in light of you being kind of famous,
Why the hell I'm kinda famous?
Who the hell she know?